Hey guys, so Amarani posted that link up on Facebook today, and it's about these girls who decided that they want to be racist and everything and say things that they shouldn't be saying. First off, I watched it all. It was agonizingly painful to watch, but I watched it anyway. And I have all these notes that I was taking on it so that, I wouldn't just be saying stupid shit and no one would know what I'm talking about. So, a little bit about me first. Yes, I am 100% Latina. That's it. Am I illegal? I am not illegal. All right, let's get that out of the way. Next, my first language actually was Spanish, but it was a Spanish-English kind of thing. I used to speak fluent Spanish. I don't speak fluent Spanish anymore. That was because of our educational system. So I don't really speak it well, as much as I used to. I still will, but that's very, very rare. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right into this. So one of the first things that I'm really big on is I'm really big on grammar. Very, very big on grammar. So one of the first things that she said was legislature, and it wasn't legislature, it should be legislation. By the way, the Arizona legislature did not pass the Arizona legislation. And then they said that, we make their life hell. And I just want to address the fact that if it wasn't for my people, if it wasn't for Irish who came over here to help, if it wasn't for that kind of thing, the economy wouldn't be as strong as it is now because we help with the labor that no one else wants to do. And I think that because of the jobs that we pick up, the economy has been a stable and sustaining kind of economy. By the way that they called us pansies, yeah, we're actually not pansies at all. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to think. But we actually helped you guys win the Civil War and helped African Americans gain their freedom in that way. We've also have Sonia Sotomayor in the Supreme Court now. We help contribute so much, and the fact that people call us weak or anything gets on my nerves because Mexicans are actually very proud people. We're not people who sit there and, try and say, oh, well, sucks for us. We're just going to stop. No, that's not us. If we want something done, we will get it done. And you better make sure that you can either watch it or you can help us. And then it says we have kids every 5 seconds. Yeah, we make fun of that and everything, but does anybody really actually know the reason as to why we have as many kids as we do? Actually, it's because in the third world country of Mexico that we live in, the birth rate is actually not as high as one that would be an industrialized nation, which would be the US. In a third world country, more deaths occur in the first year to 3 years than it does in the US. The US has medicine and everything that they can give to their children in order for them to not have this problem. For us, it doesn't work that way. We have medicine, but not medicine that can help at times with what the problem is, or we have medicine that is outdated, or we even just have the medicine men or healers who will do that, but it's not a clear form of medication of which the US and industrialized nations would have. When they talk about they should enforce Border Patrol, I'm a Mexican and I agree with you 100%. I think we should enforce Border Patrol, but don't say it in a negative way of what you're saying. I believe Border Patrol should be regulated, yes. But I don't sit there and say, fucking Border Patrol, fucking this, fucking that. No. Like, it shouldn't be handled like that. And honestly, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be judging you by that. So I think that it's just best if you say Border Patrol needs to be enforced more. I think that's a clear statement. Also, she said contributing. It's not contributing, it's contributing. So say it with it's like has a U in it instead of an O. So we need to fix that. I also believe in the power of U.S. citizenship. I think it's really, really powerful. But being ignorant is not going to get you anywhere with that. Yes, people really do need to have a U.S. citizenship, and I will be one of the first people to raise their hand and say, yes, we really do need to have U.S. citizenship, but do not come at me in a way that says, because of the way that I am, I need to have U.S. citizenship. Please do not assume that in any way I have been illegal or are illegal at this moment. And then they tell us that because of schools that they need to, we need to learn English. And I just want to point out that English is the universal language. We would have to learn it regardless of what we were teaching in Mexico. We would have to have teachers that would be bilingual in order to teach us English and Spanish. We would French and English for people who are in France, Japanese and English for those who live in Japan. English is the universal language that we have. So we can't just say you have to learn English, because that's also another ignorant statement that you're making, and that's not going to get a point across. And by the way, you also don't have to be from America in order to speak English. It has to be learned, so that has to be respected. Also, what has to be respected is the fact that people who walk around and speak Spanish, we don't speak Spanish because we don't want you guys to understand what we're saying. We only do that sometimes, and that's when we're making fun of you. But you already should know if we're making fun of you, and usually we'll just say it in English anyways, because we're not really afraid to say what we need to say. But the reason that we actually do speak Spanish or French or Irish or whatever language that you need to be speaking, the reason that we actually speak that is because it's our culture. And Mexicans, or any type of Hispanic, we believe in culture. We believe in culture, we believe in pride, and we believe in family. And those three things right there are really important to us. So don't try and take that away from us. But also the reason that we speak Spanish is out of respect. And we respect our elders, and we respect people who came to this country either before us or brought us to this country. And we respect all of them. We respect people like that, and that's who we are. So please don't be going around and saying that we have to be speaking English, because that's not going to happen. Also, I would like to say that I'm a Mexican American girl, and for you guys to be saying that all I would do is sit in class and speak Spanish and hold everybody else back, that's not true. I was actually the only girl and Mexican in my AP language class in my junior year of high school. There were no other Mexicans with me. That doesn't bother me. I'm not putting any other Mexican American down or Mexican down for that. I'm stating I was the only one in that class. I did really well in that class too. And I was always in AP or higher classes. I took psychology, I took chemistry and statistics, and I wasn't taking classes just to get by. I was taking classes to actually challenge myself. So I'd like to say that too. And then they also brought up the point of wearing the t-shirts, the US t-shirts. Okay, I just want to let you guys know that the reason that they weren't allowed to wear their t-shirts was out of respect for our culture. Cinco de Mayo is that one day that we absolutely take so much pride in. If you notice, we all love our holidays and we love celebrating. So it was out of respect and respect only, and they didn't want a fight to break out. Because people wouldn't get offended, but there are those people who will get offended at what you do on a particular day. So I think it's just safe that for a day that you just put away your pride for a second and just celebrate another culture that we have in the US. And then they also talked about how we weren't here first. And I just want to let you guys know, you came into our territory. We didn't come into yours. Did you know that Mexican territory was all of Mexico today, California, Nevada, Utah, some of Wyoming, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Texas. And then we had Spain, who ceded Florida to the U.S. 9 years into the 11-year war. So, where you guys would be standing, we've already stood. Where you guys are sitting, we've already sat. Sorry, but that was and always will be Mexican territory. Sorry guys, we were here first. Also, I'd like to say beaner, in any sense of the term, is offensive. I'm sorry. Like, I will be the first person to tell you that. I get offended when people call me that. I absolutely hate it when people call me that. And you know, like, some Mexicans are totally cool with it. I'm not. And I'm sorry, but we've made it acceptable to say. We are the ones who are responsible for that. So for white people to call you guys beaners, I'm sorry, but you guys say it all the time, so in a way you're letting other people say it. It's like people saying the N-word to black people. Black people say it all the time, so people find it all right to say. I personally hate that word. I will never use it. You don't hear many people calling white people crackers. Sorry, but that's because white people don't like it to be called that, so they don't say it. And you know, like, I think that's how it goes. They also talked about how Cortez killed off all the Mexicans, and they should have. And I just want to say that they had a lot to do with the Aztec Empire, as well as, you know, the other Spanish explorers killing off the Mayan Empire and like all of that stuff. But that Aztecs were, you know, in Mexico. Mayans were, sorry, I just had to think for a second. Actually, you know, just because of those empires, that doesn't mean that that was the only civilization that was in Mexico at that time. I'm sorry. But yes, like, that all happened. Mexico is a huge country. That doesn't mean that there's going to be only one type of empire that rules there. There are a million different sub-families in Mexico's territory. There isn't just one. And then they talk about how we're supposed to look on a daily basis. I wear sweats on a daily basis personally. I'm wearing a giant sweatshirt right now. I'm wearing my pajamas. I don't really need to impress people. I really don't. Because I know what I am. I know my accreditations, and I know all of that stuff. For people to think that I need to be dressed up every single day to deem myself appropriate is a stupid thing. That doesn't need to happen. And they say to wear, like, you know, like, makeup. Makeup isn't a priority for me. I slept in my makeup because I had work yesterday until 11 p.m. at night. I really don't care. I don't need that sense of security in order for me to look positive. I am positive, and I'm going to keep it that way. And then lastly, the last thing I want to say is when they talk about Jesus. I'm in no way religious, but I will talk about it because I know enough about it and about what I want to say. And I want to say that Jesus is a universal figure, you guys. Like, he's not just in one religion. He's in many different religions. Maybe not as the Messiah, but maybe as a prophet, or, you know, like in a little subgroup. But nonetheless, Jesus is a universal figure. And religious demographics in Arizona actually show that 80% of you are Christian. And many people think that Catholicism isn't a form of Christianity, and it actually is. And I really don't like it when people tell me that, oh, you're Catholic. Oh, but I'm Christian. You guys, I'm Christian too. I'm just in a sub-family of Christianity. So I just wanted to let you guys all know that. And I'm actually pretty surprised that I got through this without saying fuck. As in a fuck you kind of term. I've already said fuck like at least 4 or 5 times now. But yeah, this video is about 15 minutes long, and yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I don't care. I got out all that I needed to say, And once again, I thank Amarani for showing that video to everybody. And yeah, this is gonna be on YouTube. And honestly, if you guys have anything to comment or to say to me, I don't care.